And joining us right now, the Chief Executive Officer of Metro, George Greanias. Mr. Greanias, welcome to Houston's Morning News. Thank you for coming on with us this morning.
Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, George. All right, George, you knew these questions were coming, so let me get right into it. Back in March, you told our TV partner Local 2, and I'm quoting you right now, when asked about some of the MAP employees, the Motorist Assistance Program employees who were caught goofing off on company time. I'm going to quote you. You said, unacceptable. You learned about what they were doing. You said the fact that some employees, based on the news report Local 2 did, at least seem to feel that on duty at times is to be spent recreating, when in fact that is not the case. It's extremely troubling, but isn't that in fact what you did?
Again, I think we did. The board dealt with this about a month ago when the issue when we actually made the whole issue public, when Metro came forward and gave the facts of the situation.
But I mean,
I violated. Let me finish if I can. Right. I violated Metro policy. The board reviewed that. I think they acted appropriately in suspending me without pay for a week. Certainly, everything has been out there in the public. Since then, it's back. I'm back now. This is my fourth week back on the job. What I've really been focusing on now is exactly what caused me concern back in March, which is, are we getting the job done? Interestingly enough, nobody. But
wait a minute, George. As a taxpayer, listen. I know where you're going here, and we'll talk about that. But you said something to your employees. You told them that it was unacceptable behavior when, in fact, you were doing the exact same thing.
Well, let's go back to the MAP employee since you brought it up. The fact is that the job of a MAP person, a Motorist Assistance Program person, is to be out on the roads helping motorists. And the problem there was more than just the fact. It was partly the fact that the person, by doing what they were doing, was not out doing their job. They literally were not on the road helping people, so they were not doing their job. And nobody suggested that I wasn't getting the job done. Number two, there were some other issues.
So wait a minute. So it's okay to surf porn as long as you're getting the job done?
No, I didn't say that. What I said was that the Motorist Assistance Program issue there was larger than where the person was. It was the fact that the person was there. Number two, the job wasn't getting it. And number three, there were other issues.
But you're the guy that everyone's looking to. You're the guy that they all look to as the example. You're the CEO, for crying out loud.
What I did, Matt, what I did was when I made a mistake, I told the truth. I didn't try to hide it. I took it to my boss, who was the chairman, and my other 8 bosses, who are the board members. They acted appropriately. And what they said was, what you did was wrong. Here's a discipline. And once that's finished, you get back to work. And so what I've been doing since I've been back for the last 4 weeks is to worry about completing the rail program that has really made a lot of progress in the last year.
All right, George, let me do that. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's have you hang out. I want to come back and I want to talk about the things that are taking place today with Metro. I think that's important.
Now, back to Matt Patrick and your morning news.
KTRH News Time is 7:52. Chief Executive Officer of Metro, George Greanias, joining us here this morning. And to Mr. Greanias' credit, he has answered some tough questions here this morning. He tried to spin out of my grasp, but I wouldn't let him. And
I did not try to spin out of your grasp, and I don't think if I tried, I would have made it.
No, you wouldn't have, George. You wouldn't have.
No, but look, what I was saying, Matt, if I could finish just a second. What I was trying to drive at is that what really concerns people after this episode, which happened a month ago, is Metro working better? Is it doing the things? It was interesting when you just did the traffic report, I didn't hear any problems regarding Metro. And if I could put a pitch in, I would love to remind people on 59 and 45 and 290 that we have park and ride service. They don't have to be driving in and taking those long drives. They can sit in a comfortable bus. They can read. They can sleep. They can do computer work. And we'll get them to work safely, quickly, efficiently, affordably, and they don't have to deal with their automobile.
George, let me ask you this. We're talking about infrastructure as well, and the fact that a lot of roads are buckling because of the heat. A lot of roads are crumbling. We've got water main breaks. Does that become an issue for Metro as well? I mean, I don't think people like buses in Houston. We like our cars. They're like horses. I have a hard time getting on I don't like riding the bus.
Well, you're not. That's an opinion of one person, I guess. There are a lot of people who do use the buses to get to work every day. Some 100,000 people are riding the system every day. About 370,000 people every day are using some form of Metro mobility to move around town. The weather, just by the by, for us, we're trying to conserve water. So right now we usually wash our buses every day and clean the insides very thoroughly. Because of the weather, we're not getting a lot of rain. The buses are not getting as dirty as fast. In order to conserve water, we've cut back on the washing until the drought dries up. That's the wrong phrase, isn't it? Until the drought abates a little bit. But I will tell you that the upside, if there is one in this terrible heat, is that when it comes to the construction on the rail programs, this unending number of days without rain has enabled us to really make a lot of progress on our North Line, our Harrisburg line, and our southeast line. Now, I got to say, at some point, I wouldn't mind losing a few days of construction to get some really good rain.
George,
but there has been a small silver lining to all this.
And I thank you for coming on. I have to run. I look forward to talking with you again. Thank you for coming on. Behave yourself.
And you too.
I will.
Thank you.
All right. George
Bye-bye.
Greanias, CEO of Metro, who has promised us here that he will behave himself.